Hey Gemini. Before I get started, all information to work with me in personal readings is below in the description box on YouTube, as well as the second part to the reading will be on Patreon. That link will be below as well. And I started a podcast, so that link will be below as well. If you would like to get to know me better, and there's a lot of understanding through my process and what I've learned over the years by studying not only myself but various things in my life. And yeah, let's get started on your August 2022 reading. I think I went in order from Leo, and I knew I needed to wait a little before I did your reading specifically. And I think because there's so much possibility for you this month and so much coming towards you, that coming into this season, you will need grounding. However, and you will have opportunity for that. There's also something beautiful happening, something you may not have recognized or been able to recognize about yourself in life, or about the opportunities being presented to you now, or what you're really learning about yourself at this moment. It's coming toward you now. You don't really have to do much for it. You just kind of have to wait until it happens. You have to wait until it arrives. It's a chance for you to speak upon the things that you really know about, things that maybe you've mastered, things about that you can really help others with, and people are listening. People are extremely receptive. It's because as long as you stay in that receptive energy, you will find there will be great opportunity for different avenues that will even open up for you, different places that maybe you didn't know existed, and you might be speaking and you might find that people who just met you want to listen to you and want to hear what you have to say about what it is that you've been given. You might even, this Knight of Cups, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Three of Pentacles can also mean that there is some divine intervention, some divine guidance coming your way, and it has been kind of downloading, as we call, into you a little bit. You have many different avenues to choose from and that you're working with, but it's important to commit here. Sometimes the numbers give me advice almost, because we go from the Five of Wands to the Two of Cups. So there might be something, or you might find that through these conversations and through these opportunities, you see that there is a specific guidance to maybe set aside a couple things that aren't necessarily what you need to commit to right now. Maybe you need to give your commitment to a new adventure, the Fool, to something new that you're starting. So even when you master something and you're mentoring or talking to people about it, a lot of times those same people that I know of will begin something new and something that they're haven't really mastered, because what a great master or a great teacher knows is that they're always a student. There's always something to learn, and you're like right in that alley. You may even be surprised at the amount of attention and the amount of acknowledgement you receive this month. And again, understand how you're talking to people and where you're coming from, because really unnecessary fights can happen. But if you commit to the adventure and you commit to where you're going with all of this, whether it's set in stone or not, and really is anything set in stone? No. So whatever is beginning to take off is helping heal and show you where your subconscious maybe in the past has been lacking, or causing you to go through the same things over and over, maybe a pattern that's become more of a self-saboteur in your life. So last season really gave you this ability to see where it is in your life that can use more attention. Aries and Cancer coming out very strongly towards the end of the month, and I think that's as we go from Venus and Cancer to Venus and Leo on the 11th, which is also around the full moon, that you find what's important to commit to, what's important to really deepen this adventure and the sense of curiosity in your life. And you're being given that magic and that balance, but it's about understanding what's an immature choice or what's something that you know and fully believe in and want to go for. So it's really up to you how you just choose to see it, how you choose to take on this energy that you're given. And Mars moves into Gemini, your sign, by the end of the month, which is a huge opportunity for you again. I think that you'll find there's an echoing that happens with you this month, and it's going to stay there for a while. So that's why it's important to understand, because Virgo season is going to want to have you even more committed to whatever process that you choose, at least for the time being. So don't be overly ambitious. Just know and take a moment, like you have been guided in the beginning of the month, to recognize what's actually possible for you at this time. And then what you're being offered is also asking you maybe to let go of some things and maybe let go of the reins of some things. So that's a hard decision in itself, but like any creator knows, and like Cancerians know very well, you need to allow yourself to let go in that process and move forward no matter what happens, no matter what becomes of what you're creating or what you're mastering or what you're unsure of where you should go or what you should commit to next. It's all a big adventure, like, you know. So reminding yourself that is really important. The 10 of Swords is that maybe through Cancer season you had a deep ending, and by the end of the month you'll be almost grateful for it. You'll see that this was actually necessary to set yourself forward, and this is very much an internal win almost. It's like this sense of accomplishment with yourself, and it's so much is happening in your external world that is showing you why that's important to acknowledge, that you've been processing, you've been doing this, you've been guided, and you've listened, and you're taking that advice to continue to listen, to continue to move forward, to understand where you have learned about yourself, where you know, and where you feel stronger, and where you feel a lot more capable. And this month will show you. It's just about not getting ahead of yourself. Trust the inklings that come along for the next months to come. You might even get years to come. However, notice what's an immature choice or what's something that you know you're ready and willing to commit to. Yes, because there will be things that you need to leave behind. There will be attachments, possibly emotional attachments, that you need to leave behind. You may need to leave behind perfectly fulfilling things in your life, and even a job situation or whatever it is that has so much to offer, but there's just still something missing. And it's not like you have to say goodbye forever. It's not something that will ask too much of yourself. It's for you, and you're realizing where you're still not putting, where that mix-up comes into play, where you need to actually put what you truly love in your heart out there. And you do. And now you're getting, again, you're getting more clear, and you're getting more of an etch, the etched out, the very clean, like when you blow the sand away, that clean lining. And again, it's going to echo. No matter what you do, it's going to echo this month and for months to come. You just have to realize and know what you're willing to leave behind in order to be completely guided. And it's in the stars, and it's here for you. You know, there's plenty. So you just have to realize what it is that's your plan. Okay, Gemini? All information, again, is to work with me is below in the description box, as well as other things, as well as the Patreon part 2 of this, where we get more into the signs, the planets, and the body parts that go along with it. Bottom of the deck is the World. Sense of completion. And then right away, a new beginning. The never-ending creativity, Gemini. See you next month.